You in the church! I order you to surrender!
I'm the one with the price on my head. If I can save you all, I'll do it.
Episode 11, written by Diana Gabaldon, we were very fortunate to have her there on set with us. Yeah, I think it's reflected in sort of the darkness of the episode. Obviously, it culminates in the death of the Duke of Sandringham, who we realize has been instrumental in a lot of what has happened to Jaime and Claire. But yes, his death is quite shocking. Before going into battle, the warriors would announce their fathers and their forefathers and sort of conjure up the spirits of their past fathers. And actually, when shooting it, Duncan Lacroix, who plays Marte, he did this beautiful speech in Gaelic where he, surprisingly to us all, before chopping off Sandringham's head. And unfortunately, it didn't quite make it into the cut, but it was a really special moment. And I know that Simon Callow, who plays the Duke of Sandringham, was terrified of Duncan because he's just this image of this bearded warrior. And also we see Mary get her own back, seek her revenge. And I think this is also a very strong turning point for Mary. From this point onwards, we get to see her actually grow into a woman and actually find some strength and fortitude.
Mary.
Before, she's been very innocent and naive, and the events that happen to her, she actually becomes stronger out of it, which is remarkable. And I think it's beautifully played by Rosie.
We must turn back. And I say we shall not.
A lot of time has actually passed, and we found out that Jaime's been constantly battling with all the other commanders. There's a lot of infighting historically. Too many people with too many opinions, too much tradition. And Jaime knows that if they fight like they have done for hundreds of years using the Highland Charge, that won't be effective against a modern army. So Jaime's trying to modernize this army to at least give them a chance, which ultimately he fails in doing. Jaime definitely feels that he has a lot of weight on his shoulders now, and I think ultimately he begins to concern himself with the things that he can protect, and that's his men, that's the people that are close to him.
Save me!
Bloody hell, they've got an Englishwoman in there.
It becomes quite frantic and quite desperate. But actually, Jaime kind of goes the other way. He doesn't become desperate. He becomes very in control, very logical. But maybe that's a way that is new to Jaime. Before he might have been very passionate and very kind of almost out of control. But now, he's a grown man and a grown leader of men. I was very aware and actually nervous about the first half, about playing him not the Jaime that we know and love, and not being as maybe sparkly or whatever it is, just not being quite present. And I was, slightly concerned that maybe the viewers wouldn't get that, or they would be switched off by it. But I think that it's important to see that has affected his relationship with Claire, and that the relationship isn't working. It's a long process to get back to each other, which takes almost the whole season. But by the end of it, this mission, this trying to stop fate, it's bigger than both of them. So it becomes less about their personal problems and more about the bigger picture. And hopefully by the end of the season, he's in control of his destiny.
We will find each other. Trust in that.